Welcome back, folks, to episode 19 of Jaime Internet Sports Talk Show. Today we got some quick Indiana basketball news, but we want to cover the controversial draft day that Shedeur Sanders had. So I guess the Indiana basketball news is just the Pacers are in the finals. They didn't win game 3, which I guess they say statistically, like if you win 2 games in a row, right, you're like 80% chance you're winning the whole thing.
Yeah, it's all about like protecting home court advantage for the most part.
Yeah. And then the other Indiana basketball news is the Fever play their first preseason game this fucking Saturday, dude. I'm fucking hype AF.
I love that. I'm
even
fucking hype AF.
Even though you said Caitlin Clark is not going to get any minutes because you're a negative Nancy.
I just don't see the point of playing your stars early on. Like, it's not worth the injuries.
Bro, she ain't Paige Bueckers, dude. She's not going to get injured.
Oh,
well, you hear what happened? The news with Paige, the head coach, said the other day.
Dude.
So they said this year that she's going to be under minute restrictions. So she's going to be playing. She'll be starting, but she's not going to be playing a lot of minutes. So I'm guessing on back-to-backs. Well, they don't really play back-to-backs so often. They usually play like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. So if they play games, especially certain road trips, but especially though like so. Pretty much what's going to happen is she'll probably play half the game, maybe a little more, because they're worried about the injury risk.
Well, like the beginning, and then take her in the middle, and then
so she'll start. She'll probably play 4, 5, 6 minutes, and then when take her out, bring her back in like each quarter, stuff like that. See, that's my thing with her. You drafted her number 1. And you're a team that I honestly think could make a run this year with the backcourt alone. And now you're like, okay, we're not gonna take the chance of playing her too much because they're worried about her injuries. Like that's always been.
It's crazy, man. You called it, dude.
Because people were saying like, oh, she's gonna average 20. She's gonna beat all of Caitlin Clark's records. She's not. She's not gonna play enough. She's just not gonna play enough. And then she gets the out then if she doesn't break records. For sure. Yeah, like it won't be like, oh, then it's gonna be on the coaches and the system and all that stuff like that.
Dude, if I was their fan base, I'd be pissed.
Well, the problem is like the limited minutes. Not only is it gonna be like her statistics are gonna be lower, just like game flow, getting used to the speed, the physicality of the WNBA.
It's gonna take her longer.
Yeah, they have to, because if she blows out her knee, she's probably like done. Like, she's missing like a year or 2. And
they saw that Juju news and we're like, we can't risk that.
Dude, they saw that your girl, missing the whole season. They were like, can't do it.
Oh yeah, true, Cam. Shit.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of them though. Like, it's just. And then you're missing a year. Mule, yeah.
She's gone. Although they say Brink's going to come back like in June. That's their projected timeline.
My thing with her being a big, I'm probably waiting till the last possible moment to bring her back. And she's just so tall, and then being in the paint and stuff like that. But yeah, those lower body injuries though, they'll get you.
Dude, that's crazy, though, man. You called it.
Dude, I know ball.
Yeah, you know ball. You know who else knows balls? Luka. He said his favorite player is Caitlin Clark.
Dude.
And then what's the guy's name? Caleb Presley. He asked, how about Paige Bueckers? And he's like, pretty good, but she's not in WNBA yet.
Yeah. And he said Dallas screwed me over, so I don't care.
Oh yeah, he laughed. He's like, he was like, she got drafted to the Dallas, and he was just like,
yeah, love it.
That whole thing is crazy. We haven't talked about it, but that whole situation is nuts.
It's insane. But now they're down 3-1, which sucks. I think next year they can make a run. It just sucks when you have LeBron and Luka. Minnesota.
Oh, yeah. I forgot he's on the Lakers now.
Yeah. So, gotcha.
Hey, man, dude, going for that first trip.
Yeah, but it's JJ Redick, dude. The whole second half, he like the starters played the whole time. They got real tired. LeBron should not be playing 46 minutes. LeBron is old.
Like 42 years old, yeah.
Yeah, like I get it, and they only lost by 3. But it's like, man, it just sucks. There's a lack of depth on the team. Luka, it's one thing to have Luka play 46. Like LeBron played 46 minutes is crazy.
Yeah. And then on to the the big news, dude. So let me tell you my stance on this. So
Okay.
So based on Twitter and everything, Shedeur Sanders was supposed to go number 1. He was projected to be the number 1 pick. I guess his dad said that, but like who cares if it's his dad? But like the wiki at least says a lot of like mock things had him at number 1.
So prior to this season, like going into this college football season,
that's all I know.
Yeah, so prior to going to college football season, everybody was like, Shedeur is probably going number 1, and not even because he's just the best. It's just because this is a weak quarterback class, and he was the best of what was available. But prior to draft,
how many teams need quarterbacks? Do you know?
So there was 7 quarterbacks drafted.
Okay.
So teams that needed a quarterback were 4. Like they don't have either a veteran that's good or a young rookie quarterback or a young quarterback they're trying to see if he has what it takes. But there's 4 teams that are like they need a quarterback. Titans being one, they have the number 1 pick. So they go Cam Ward. And the mock drafts prior to the draft was like, okay, Derek Carr got hurt. So it was like the Saints need a quarterback. So Shedeur is going to go 9. Giants also kind of need a quarterback. So Shedeur could go as high as 3. Browns also kind of need a quarterback, could actually go 2. So Shedeur could have gone 1, 2, or 3. But then as things unfolded, it was like he's not going 2, he's not going 3.
Yeah.
So he's going 9.
The thing I kept on seeing was it's because he was too cocky.
Correct.
And his dad flat out said, "Hey, I'm not letting him play for a shitty team." He didn't say shitty, but he might as well said it.
Yeah, his dad is Deion Sanders, and Deion Sanders is primetime, one of the greatest corners of all time. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a good coach in college. He also played baseball. He played for the Yankees. He in 1 week he won like a playoff game and then like was playing in the World Series or like played in the Super Bowl and played in the World Series like around the same time. I think it was like playoff stuff. But yeah, like Deion is like the truth. The thing is though, Shedeur, the Giant situation is I guess he went in and they were like, hey, they gave him some prep work. He didn't really prep. And it sounds like he was coming with his entourage. Like, it was a whole thing. Now, this is on Shedeur.
I saw Stephen A. Smith, take his advice or his, opinion, however, but he was like, this is a race issue, essentially.
I don't think so. I think it is more so because Cam Ward went number 1. Like the first quarterback in the draft is a black quarterback. And most of the players drafted were black. But at the Senior Bowl, he didn't practice, he didn't play. He was only meeting with teams in the top 5. At the combine, he didn't practice or play. At his pro day, he did, and it was a little different. But there was 4 opportunities where he could have practiced, thrown, done stuff. He didn't. Yeah. And there was interviews where teams wanted to talk to him, and he didn't. So it's on him as well.
It's more like a attitude problem.
Correct. And it was the league being like, who do you think you are?
He's a nepo baby.
Yeah, but it is collusion though, because like the owners were like, we're not dealing with this. We're gonna put this guy in his place. They'll say they didn't, but for him to go, supposed to be a top pick, and some people are like, well, you know what? We didn't have a top pick. He's like a second round quarterback. Cool, fine. And day 2. Prior to this year, since 2017, only 1 second round quarterback was drafted. So I was like, well, if he doesn't go 2, that's kind of within what happens. So you go 3. This man had, what do you have, 5 quarterbacks, 6 quarterbacks drafted over him?
He was 144th pick.
The team that drafted him drafted another quarterback in the 3rd round.
Yeah, the Browns.
Yeah, like the Browns are.
It's also terrible that he went to the Browns.
What the crazy part is, he should have went to the Browns. I don't understand why that happened, but then is it like a pay thing? Like if they draft him later, they pay him less or no? Oh, 100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he went in the 5th round, 144. So the issue is though, where it's like that's great value for him. Getting him in the 5th round is immense. That's an A++ pick because the talent is just tremendous for that value. Now the problem goes, the 3rd round pick, kind of a waste. because now they have Deshaun Watson, who has all those allegations, a terrible person who's hurt. He has an ACL injury. They trade for Kenny Pickett. So they trade for the Eagles' backup quarterback. They signed Joe Flacco. They drafted a quarterback in the 3rd round, and they drafted a quarterback in the 5th round. So they currently have 5 quarterbacks on their roster.
And they don't need all 5, right?
No, they don't. They don't. So it's kind of dumb.
Yeah. And then let's talk about, I guess, what the big thing that happened, the prank call that he got.
So, yes. And do you know how these phones work?
He said he got one specifically for the draft and gave his number to only one person.
Not did he only get one specific. The NFL sends out these phones.
Oh, wow, okay.
So the only reason the only people that have the numbers are the NFL, so the players and NFL organizations. Mm-hmm. So allegedly what happened, and I don't even think it's allegedly anymore due to the fact that the kid has come out and apologized. So there is the defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons, and his son was seen in the background of the video of them prank calling. So the kids prank called him, told him he was going to be drafted. You know, it was super embarrassing.
It seemed legit, right?
Yes,
because he's waiting for that call. You know,
only people that could have this number are NFL teams. It's not like it's a personal line. It's not even like, oh, he bought a phone for the thing. Like, so why wouldn't he think it's real? So, and if the issue is not that the prank call itself, what they said, they didn't say anything too crazy other than the fact is like, you know, they mess with him or whatever, which is bogus.
They're just telling me you got to wait a little bit more. Right?
Yeah, it's the fact that there was a breakdown in the security of the NFL draft process. So the kid allegedly got the phone number off the iPad of his dad's. So his dad's iPad, who's the defensive coordinator for the Falcons, wrote it down and then took it to school. And then they prank called him or whatever.
How old is this kid?
I mean, he's in college.
21, so. He's 21, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the Falcons themselves made an apology. You know, they said they apologized to him personally.
Yep.
You know, the kid did as well as the team itself. Now the NFL is investigating it. And it just sucks because, like, this shouldn't even be a big thing. But due to the fact, like, I wonder what's going to happen. Like, they're going to get fined, like, probably.
The Falcons?
Yeah, because it's...
Okay. Like I said, it's a break of protocol.
Yeah, and it's like, it is childish, it is a joke, but it also doesn't help that it's just, the NFL is all about protecting the shield. Because now people are going to look at it like, oh, look how easy it was for someone to get this contact information. What else are people able to get?
More of that collusion, dude.
Yeah. So
that sucks. And then I guess the kid apparently deleted all his Instagram and like wiped himself from the internet.
He did. He has a statement, though. It says, on Friday night, I made a tremendous mistake. Shedeur, what I did was completely inexcusable, embarrassing, and shameful. I'm so sorry I took away from your moment. It was selfish and childish. I could never imagine getting ready to celebrate one of the greatest moments of your life, and I made a terrible mistake and messed with that moment. Thank you for accepting my call earlier today. I hope you find it in your heart to forgive me. And this was on his Instagram. I don't know if it's back up or he deleted it. So the kid...
Hey, at least he didn't do what Unc did and just screenshotted his lawyer's...
Yeah, and it is kid just being dumb. I think the person that's going to take the bigger hit is going to be the dad. Because if the Falcons are bad or their defense is bad, he's going to get fired and people are going to be like, I don't trust him. Like, what if the kid gets the playbook and shows? Yeah. Because, like, oh, man, are they going to... Is the son going to get the defensive plan? Like,
terrible situation all around. Especially since he went he went day 5, like you said, dude.
What made it worse is because it's like the draft. It's like, okay, he didn't go in the first round, so he didn't go Friday, he didn't go Saturday. He went. Is it Sunday or was it Saturday? No, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But yeah, it's crazy. He went day 3. No one really expected it.
To all our Cleveland Brown fans, comment down below how you feel about Deion Sanders and his whole situation. Is the NFL colluding? What are they doing? They
hate Deion. They hate Shedeur. I'll say it.
Oh, hey, Jaime, his opinion is his own. You know, it doesn't reflect the sooner or later sports. That's it for this week, folks. Though.